Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. When a man is flat out crazy about you, he ain't gonna just sit there and hope you notice him. No, no, no. He's gonna pull some tricks out of the bag. See, men don't always come straight with the words, but they sure will come with the actions. And those actions, that's where the truth is. When a man is truly crazy about a woman, the way he moves changes. It ain't no casual thing anymore. He starts making every step count. Every little action has a reason behind it. To you, it might look like he's just doing small things, but to him, it's strategy, it's intentional. It's all part of him trying to show you without saying it outright that he's into you. Men don't always come with flowery words or big declarations at first. So what they do instead is use actions that look like tricks, but in reality, they are just calculated efforts to win your heart. See, when a man is head over heels, he doesn't leave things up to chance. He's not just sitting back hoping that one day you'll notice him or hoping you'll figure it out. He's planning. He's thinking about how to place himself in your world without you even realizing it. You might think it's just a coincidence that he shows up at the same coffee shop you go to, or that he remembers you like a certain snack and suddenly it's on the table when you come around. That's not chance, that's intention. He's crafting those moments so you feel seen, so you feel like fate is putting y'all together. But really, it's him making sure you know he's there. The difference between a man who's just casually interested and a man who's truly crazy about you is the level of effort. Casual interest is lazy. That man will wait on you to call. He'll see you when it's convenient, and he's not going to bend much. But when he's crazy about you, effort becomes his second language. He might disguise it, make it look like he's just doing something lighthearted or playing around, but underneath there's thought behind it. Every text, every joke, every just checking in message, that's intentional. He's making moves with you in mind. Now, these tricks don't always look grand. Sometimes they're subtle. A man will act like he don't care much about social media, but then suddenly he's commenting on your posts, dropping likes, and trying to get your attention online. He'll pretend he just ran into you somewhere, but truth is he checked your routine and he was hoping for that run in. It might seem small, but that's the way a man thinks when he's crazy about somebody. He's putting himself where you can't help but notice him, and he's making it look effortless. And the reason men move like that is because deep down they're scared to put it all out there raw. Vulnerability is hard for men. We're taught not to expose our feelings too quick, not to hand somebody our heart on a platter. So what we do is wrap it up in tricks, in humor, in little gestures that say, I'm here, I care, I'm trying, without us having to say those exact words. It's protection for the ego, but it's also a bridge. If you pay attention, those tricks are little windows into how serious he is. Think about it. When a man's crazy about you, he notices things no one else does. He'll recall something you mentioned weeks ago and then surprise you with it later. That's not just a memory trick. That's intentional listening. That's him proving that your words mattered enough for him to lock them in and act on them. That's a level of intentionality you don't get from someone who's just passing time. What's powerful about this kind of intentional action is that it doesn't fade quick. Anybody can put on a show for a week or two. But when he's really caught up in you, the tricks keep coming, and not in a way that feels rehearsed. They flow out naturally because his mind is on you constantly. He's adjusting his schedule, his habits, even his priorities, and he'll act like it's nothing. But it's everything. That intentional shift shows you exactly where you stand. So when a man is truly crazy about a woman, understand that every so-called trick is a message. It's his way of saying, I see you, I want you, and I'm willing to move different to make sure you know it. It's not about games. It's not about deception. It's about his actions being guided by the simple fact that you are the focus of his heart. When a man is really into a woman, one thing he cannot resist doing is finding ways to grab her attention. See, attention is everything to a man who's crazy about you because he knows if he can't get your eyes on him, he can't get your heart. And the way he goes about it may not always be direct or straightforward. Sometimes it comes through humor, sometimes through little surprises, and sometimes through playful games that make him stand out in your mind. To him, every moment with you is a chance to make an impression, and he's going to use every trick. He's got to make sure you notice him. Humor is usually the first weapon he pulls out of the bag. Men know that if they can get you laughing, they can get you comfortable. And when you're comfortable, walls start to come down. So if he's cracking jokes, telling stories, or even being a little goofy in your presence, that's not just him being silly. That's strategy. He's trying to carve out space in your world by being the one who makes you feel good. Because here's the truth, laughter is addictive. If he can get you laughing when life is heavy, if he can be that source of joy, then he knows he's making himself unforgettable. But it doesn't stop there. Surprises play a huge role in how a man shows he's crazy about you. Now, don't get me wrong, it ain't always about big, expensive surprises. Sometimes it's about small, thoughtful ones that hit different. He might remember your favorite snack and bring it to you when you least expect it. He might send you a message out of nowhere with something sweet that makes you pause and smile in the middle of your day. He's doing that because he wants to be present even when he's not around. Those surprises are like little reminders that say, hey, I'm thinking of you even when you're not thinking of me. Playfulness is another angle he'll use. He might tease you a little, challenge you in a fun way, or find small excuses to start conversations that keep going. Men love creating these playful back and forth moments because they build connection. When he's playfully competing with you, joking around, or even setting up situations where he knows you'll have to engage with him, it's his way of drawing you in. That playfulness is not childish, it's purposeful. It gives him a chance to see you loosen up, and it gives you a chance to see a lighter side of him. Now, all of this humor, surprises, games, it might look casual on the surface, but it's not. It's deeply intentional. When a man is crazy about a woman, he knows he has to stand out. He knows there are other people who might want your time, your energy, your love. So he creates moments that separate him from the rest. He wants you to associate him with joy, with lightness, with something fresh and exciting. He's not just after your attention for one night or one moment. He's after a place in your memory. And when he pulls these tricks, he's laying bricks for something lasting. Think about how powerful it is when somebody goes out of their way to shift your mood. If you're stressed and he makes you laugh, you'll never forget that. If you're busy and suddenly he shows up with a small surprise that proves he was listening when you spoke, that will stick with you. If you're guarded but his playful energy gets you to relax, that creates trust. Every one of those little things is him working to earn your attention in a way that feels good to you. Men know they can't always say everything they feel out loud, so they act it out instead. Humor, surprises, and games are like the vocabulary of a man in love. They are the tools he uses to make sure you not only see him, but also feel something because of him. And when a man is truly crazy about a woman, he doesn't just want to be noticed, he wants to be remembered. Every laugh he sparks, every surprise he delivers, every playful moment he creates, it's all a way of saying, I want to matter to you. I want to be the one you think about when the room gets quiet. Men don't like to talk about this, but the truth is a whole lot of what we do when we're crazy about a woman comes from fear. And not just any fear, it's that deep fear of rejection. See, rejection for a man ain't just a no. To us, it feels like a hit to our pride, a strike against our manhood, a reminder that maybe we ain't enough. That's heavy. So instead of walking up to you with our heart wide open, men get clever. We use strategies, little disguises, to show how we feel without putting it all on the line at once. To you, it might look like games or tricks, but underneath it's just trying to protect ourselves while still finding a way to get closer to you. A man who's truly into you will rarely come out right away and say, I'm crazy about you, I can't stop thinking about you, you're all I want. That's too raw, too risky. So what he'll do instead is test the waters with smaller moves. He might drop a compliment and act like it was casual, like he didn't mean much by it, but he's watching closely to see how you respond. If you light up, he knows it's safe to keep going. If you brush it off, he'll retreat and act like he was just playing around. That's strategy. That's him disguising his real feelings until he knows it's safe to put more out there. Sometimes men mask vulnerability with humor. Instead of saying, "I want you," he'll joke about how fine you look or tease you in a way that feels lighthearted. But behind that laugh, behind that smile, there's real interest. He's hoping the humor will soften the risk. If you laugh back, he feels encouraged. If you don't, well, he can always hide behind, "I was just joking." It's a shield, but it's also an opening. Another way men disguise vulnerability is through doing things for you under the cover of convenience. He'll offer to help you with something and pretend it's no big deal. Maybe you need a ride, maybe you mentioned an issue and suddenly he's got the solution. To him, those aren't random acts. That's his heart saying, "I want to show up for you." But he frames it like it's casual, so it doesn't expose just how much he cares. That way, if you don't appreciate it the way he hoped, he can brush it off like it was nothing. But deep down, he knows it wasn't nothing. It was his way of stepping closer. The truth is, men are taught from a young age to hide weakness, and vulnerability feels like weakness to most of us. So when we're crazy about a woman, it's almost instinct to cover that tenderness with some kind of strategy. We'll act cool when we're nervous. We'll play it off like we're not pressed even when we're dying to call. We'll slow our roll even when our heart is racing ahead. All of that is fear management. It's about balancing the desire to pursue with the terror of being turned away. But here's what's important. Those disguises aren't meant to deceive you. They're meant to protect us while we figure out how to love you out loud. Every joke, every casual offer to help, every moment of pretending like we're not that invested yet. Those are just masks covering the truth. And the truth is, men who are crazy about a woman feel deeply, but they move carefully. They want to know that when they finally show the fullness of what they feel, it won't get tossed aside. So when you see a man using strategies, don't always take it as games. Look closer. Ask yourself why he's doing it. Most of the time, it's not because he doesn't care. It's because he cares too much. He's scared of what it would mean if he showed you everything and you didn't feel the same. That's why men disguise their vulnerability, not to mislead you, but to give themselves a fighting chance while protecting their pride. When a man is crazy about a woman, the funny part is he doesn't always know how to just say it straight. Most of us don't walk in the room and declare, "Baby, I'm devoted to you. I'd do anything for you." No, we take a different route. We dress it up. We wrap it in little tricks, subtle moves, playful gestures. On the outside, it may look like a game, but underneath, it's nothing but devotion. It's a man trying to prove how much he cares without risking coming off too direct, too desperate, too vulnerable. Because men have this fear that if they show the depth of their devotion too soon, it might scare a woman off. So instead, they slip it in sideways through actions that tell you everything words can't. You'll notice it in the way he positions himself in your world. He'll pretend he just happens to be where you are, but really, he's making sure he's around so you don't forget he exists. That's not coincidence. It's devotion disguised as convenience. He wants to be a part of your everyday life, but he doesn't want to overwhelm you, so he frames it like chance. That's a trick, yes, but it's not a game. It's a sign he's rearranging his steps just to align with yours. You'll see it in the little things he does for you. A man who's serious about you will go out of his way to make your life easier, but he won't always announce it. He'll fix something quietly, bring you what you need before you even ask, or handle something small that takes stress off your plate. He'll act like it was nothing, like it didn't even take effort. But the truth is, those are acts of devotion. He's proving he's paying attention, proving that your comfort matters to him, but he's hiding it under the cover of just doing my part. Even the jokes, the teasing, the playful energy, it's all devotion in disguise. Because when a man puts in that much energy just to make you smile, that's not random, that's effort. That's him saying, "I want to be the reason you're happy." Humor is a trick, sure, but it's not empty. It's rooted in his desire to see you light up, to build moments with you that nobody else can give you. When a man's crazy about you, he'll invest in those moments because each one is like a brick in the foundation he's building between you. And let's not forget consistency. A man may frame it like he's just being friendly, just being dependable, but consistency is one of the biggest signs of devotion. If he keeps showing up, keeps checking in, keeps finding ways to be present in your life, that's not casual behavior. That's intention. He's proving himself without shouting it from the rooftops. His tricks are really just rehearsals of his loyalty. He's showing you he can be counted on, but he doesn't want to overwhelm you by saying, "Look how devoted I am." Instead, he just keeps doing it until you see it for yourself. The beauty of these disguised efforts is that they reveal how men love in layers. We don't always throw our devotion on the table up front. We slide it across piece by piece, testing, proving, waiting to see how you respond. We hide it in the way we serve, the way we listen, the way we remember the little things. It may look like small tricks on the surface, but underneath, it's a man's heart trying to say, "You matter more than you realize." So while it might look like he's playing games, the truth is he's building a case. He's stacking evidence. Every so-called trick is another way of saying, "I'm here for you, I want you, I'm committed." And the reason he disguises it is because devotion is heavy. It's powerful. And he knows if he lays it all out too fast, it could feel like too much. So he spreads it out, disguises it as casual effort, but really, he's showing you that you're already at the center of his world. When a man is really crazy about a woman, his actions start to look different. They're not just little gestures to get noticed anymore. They carry weight. They reveal consistency, sacrifice, and creativity, things that go way beyond ordinary interest. Ordinary interest is surface level. It's a text here, a call there, maybe a little charm when it's convenient. But when a man is truly invested, you start to see the difference in how he shows up for you day after day. Consistency is the first clue. Anybody can show up once and impress you. Anybody can send flowers one time or pull out a sweet gesture every now and then. But a man who is crazy about you will do it over and over, not because he's trying to impress you, but because it's natural for him to think of you. He's not just checking in today. He's checking in tomorrow, next week, next month. He wants to know how you're doing. He wants to be part of your routine. That pattern of showing up is his way of proving that he's not temporary. Then comes sacrifice. This is one of the clearest signs that what he feels is deeper than just interest. When a man is crazy about you, he will give up things for you, sometimes without you even knowing it. Maybe he cancels plans with the fellas just to make sure he can see you. Maybe he spends money he'd usually hold on to just to create a special moment for you. Maybe he loses sleep staying up late to talk to you when he knows he's got work in the morning. He'll downplay it, act like it's no big deal, but trust me, he feels it. That willingness to put you ahead of his own comfort or routine, that's devotion. That's love showing itself through sacrifice. And then there's creativity. A man who's crazy about a woman is going to find unique ways to stand out because he doesn't want to be just another guy in her life. He wants to be the one she remembers. So he'll think outside the box. He'll plan things that are personal, not generic. He'll remember what makes you smile and build something around that. It doesn't always mean money or grand gestures. It's about the thought. If you said you loved a certain song, he'll play it for you at the perfect moment. If you mentioned a dream, he'll find a way to encourage it or contribute to it. Creativity shows he's not just putting in effort, he's tailoring that effort to you specifically. When you put consistency, sacrifice, and creativity together, you see a man's heart on display without him having to say a word. These aren't random acts. They're evidence. Evidence that he's not just interested, he's invested. Evidence that you're not just another option, you're the priority. That's the difference between a man who's just around for fun and a man who's truly crazy about you. When a man is in love, I don't care how hard he tries to hide it. Those feelings are going to spill out. A man can put up walls, he can act cool. He can disguise it behind tricks and clever moves, but eventually his heart will show. Love is one of those things you just can't keep tucked away forever. It seeps through in the way he looks at you, the way he talks to you, The way he rearranges his life just to make room for you.